Yo, what up, guys?
Hello.
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 Hello. Hey. All right. So
You might have heard a new voice today.
that's Nicholas Agursha, the drummer of the band of the Medicated and Scared.
That's me. Hello. How
Hello.
you guys doing?
We're doing okay. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing pretty well. I won't lie. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to do this.
Hey.
It's my first time ever doing this.
Hey.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So just as a free warning, Nick is not in the room with us. We're actually doing this over Discord, which is like we got this crazy setup going on. It's pretty funny, to be honest with you.
Nick is currently over Discord while Alex and I are
Yeah.
in the same room.
Yep.
Sharing
I'm
a
just
mic.
I'm sitting on my bed right now, holding my phone close to my chin, doing this talk.
Yeah, it's gonna be an all right show. Well, we want to talk about origins today. How we got into music and then how we became a band afterwards.
Yeah.
All right.
So I believe we chose alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order with last names.
With
So
last
Agursha,
names, okay.
Agursha's first.
Threw me a curveball here. So
Alright,
Nick,
yes, it's
go
me.
ahead.
All right. So mine's actually kind of funny. I was a very late bloomer for music. I didn't really listen too much to it. I was kind of a dweeb. I mostly just kind of listened to literally little kid songs, and then Radio Disney, and then all of a sudden, Guitar Hero 3 came out, and it changed my life.
Nick, come on, I want to make a joke.
I'm sorry. Okay, what's your joke?
Nick's been jamming to the Wiggles ever since he came out the womb.
Yeah, dude, that's it.
Yeah. I won't lie. I saw that the Blue's Clues things that were in theaters. Wasn't there a Dora thing as well?
Yeah.
Dora
I
Live.
saw that
I'm
one
sure.
too. Man, Wiggles were fucking awesome. I don't know why. Don't be shitting on the Wiggles, man.
Oh man, yeah, the Wiggles are the best. Yeah, bro. Ain't no one like kids entertainment like the Wiggles, dog.
Fruit salads, bop.
Dude, yummy, yummy.
All right, Nick, sorry, go on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a joke.
Go on, Nick.
It's true there. I lost my train. Where was I?
Guitar Hero.
Oh, Guitar Hero 3. Yeah. So that came out, and I fell in love with all the music that was on there, and I learned that was rock, and then I loved it from there. Then Rock Band came out, which introduced me to drums, and I just kind of got hooked on how it was from there. Started looking up different drummers, and I fell in love with it
So
from
you
there.
play
And that's how I
Guitar
got
Hero,
into music.
right? So you play Guitar Hero, but you like love the drums. How did you?
How did that come
Yeah,
about?
how did that come about?
Won't lie, I did get a guitar, and I did try. It honestly didn't feel as natural as when I played drums on Rock Band, because it kind of felt a little natural. Obviously, something I still had to practice, but something that just kind of like, okay, I get it. It's a rhythm.
It
You
didn't
have to
feel
feel the
as
rhythm.
natural as beating the shit out of something.
Yeah, I won't lie. Yeah, that kind of helps. Yeah.
Oh man, really? Yeah, it's pretty cool. How did you get your drum set?
It was actually my grandparents. Once I was about like, I'm a little iffy about age, but I want to say it was like I want to say 13. I was 13. They got me my first kit, which we're still using. And from there, I just kept practicing because I kept seeing all the cool things, noticed how it was, and then just kept imitating it. Then I got a limit because I was too loud and kept practicing too late. And then I ended up getting an E-kit, which helped me practice later in the night.
Oh man, that's cool. For what was your first influential drummer to you? Like the first person you're all like, oh shit, he's the man, and or she's the woman.
Uh,
All right, cool.
it's up in the air. Like, I kind of discovered them at the same time, but I can't remember specifically who was first because I feel like there was a first, but it's Trey Cool from Green Day or Travis Barker from Blink.
I figured it was either one of the two.
Because I don't know which one, but I know there was one that was faster, and I was like,
Oh, it's got to be
I can't think of it.
Travis. Travis is a badass. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god! If I would do anything just to be half as talented as that man.
Oh yeah, he's fucking cool for sure.
Definitely.
Oh
I
man.
love that man.
What made you like try to pursue like a band in any way?
Honestly, Rock Band, just because it felt really fun to just play and make music.
You wanted to co-op in real
Okay,
life.
granted, there wasn't a making music aspect in Rock Band, but I just liked playing. It felt really fun to just,
Yeah, that makes sense.
jam out with your friends. And, eventually you'll figure out how to make music, and then you get it, and then you just start jamming, and it just feels fun.
Oh yeah, there'll be times when you and I play Rock Band. It's like we're an actual rock band, but like you get more excited about that.
Right? Like, it just feels fun. Like, oh my god. It's so cool. Like, and then, of course, the little silly fan me is like, oh my god, what if one of our songs ended up being a Rock Band? That'd be so cool.
That's your end goal.
A Rock Band
That's
version
his
of our
goal
own
with this
song.
band, is to have one of our songs on a Rock Band game.
That is honestly my dream. If we get there, I feel like we've made it.
Hey, well, cool. All right.
But
That's a good
Right,
goal. At
yeah.
least you have a goal.
all right, it's a cool little goal. Like, if people want to do that, I feel that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. You got anything for Nick?
What made you want to start this band specifically? Because you and I were the ones to start this band.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I actually had been searching to do a band all high school, but I never got the chance to actually sit down with someone and make music. I had a couple of guys that wanted to try, and we kept talking about it, but we never got to it. We never actually did anything. And then it went on for after high school, and then I met some coworkers when I used to work at a not scary farm that were interested in being in a band, except they were singers. So I was like, okay, I got singers. I need a guitarist. I need a bassist. Maybe keyboardist. I don't know. I don't know how to do this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then I believe it was back in high school. I remember we were doing the talent show. Me and Mike. We were talking about trying to do or no, we were practicing stuff because you were playing on your guitar, right?
Oh, I remember this.
In
I
the
think
choir room.
yeah, we were just in the choir room. I don't think we were practicing for anything.
Y'all were just
I-
jamming.
I think we were just jamming.
It was fun. That was fun.
I
Those were
remember
fun
that day.
times.
Y'all had a kit in the choir room?
No,
Oh,
I just had
No.
a guitar and Nick was.
oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Just tapping on myself.
I can't
and
wait to
that was
hear
it.
back on this.
Because at
and
that
just
point,
hear
I
the
was just
little-
trying to be a better drummer, and I was anxious. But anyway,
Wait,
But I remember-
I have a story about that day. I remember that day. I had
Oh.
this shitty old Android phone. You know, the ones with the fucking battery can come out and all that.
oh my god.
So I had one of those phones, and Nick asked me if I knew how to play. I think it was "Oh Love" by Green Day.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
I was
Because that
like-
was at the time the album came out. And I
Yeah.
was so obsessed.
I
with
was
it.
like, "No, but give me a second. I can look up the chords." So I looked up the
I remember
chords,
that.
and I had like the phone on my lap, and I had my guitar like playing the chords and all that, and I dropped my phone and I broke it that day.
Oh no, that sucks. Yo, you broke his phone. You owe him, dude.
okay, you know what? Let's call it even then. For the broken.
Just-
We'll call it even for the broken controller then.
Just-
Sounds good.
I broke your phone.
Just for more context on that, we were at Nick's house like maybe like a couple of years ago. We were playing Smash, and fucking Michael got destroyed by an item, and it was so enraging that he fucking spiked Nick's controller and it broke. Dude. It was hilarious.
I was so upset.
Oh my god.
I think like Matt threw a chicken at me.
Yeah, it was the
in
chicken
game,
item.
and the chicken was what killed me off stage, and I was so upset.
Oh my god, that shit was so fucking
I-
funny.
that day I had never experienced such funny but scariness because I was like, oh my god, this is so funny. But at the same time, he's super angry. What if he punches like the next person that like does something disrespectful?
I was laughing my ass off. That shit was so funny to me. Oh man. All right, that's a good
All
one.
right. Anything else you want to add, Nick, before we move on to Alex about your musical journey and where we are now as a band?
Oh, that's right. So actually, I thought I was mid-story.
Oh, my bad.
shit.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, it's
I'm
okay.
the
It
fucking
happens
worst.
so freaking often. Everyone always gets derailed from like their original conversation.
We always get
I
back to
didn't even know.
Smash.
Oh, it was the old coworkers. So they were talking about trying to start up a band, and I remember you played guitar
Yes.
because at this point I was done with high school and I was, I was moving on. But you, I think, were still in high school.
I think it was.
So, right?
I think I was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we're
So
a 3-year difference
I
between
was
all of us.
talking.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For those of you who don't know, Nick is 25, while Alex and I
Oh.
are currently 22.
Yeah, I'm almost 23.
Ain't that crazy?
Ain't that crazy, dude?
Ain't that some shit?
Oh man.
All right, go on, Nick. Sorry.
So, yeah. So I remember I talked to you because it was like at the end of the year, and I was like, "Hey, so are you looking to be in a band? Because I need a guitarist."
I got a story about that, but I'll talk about it when it gets to my turn. It's part of the origin story, so that's why I'll wait till it's my turn.
And so from there, he was like, "Yeah, I'll come aboard." We came on, and our practices kind of just first started off with just us playing Rock Band, figure out where we are.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Like
I
it
remember.
it felt fun, but at the same time, it felt now that what we do, it feels like, why did we think that was a good idea? Or why did we think that was a good idea?
In retrospect, it was weird, but also like it worked out, I guess.
Yeah, it was fun.
No, well, that's
It was
what y'all
fun.
did. Anyway, you guys go on. This is still the Mike and Nick show for a little bit.
Oh yeah. Alex has yet to come into the picture.
Oh my God, are we fully going back all the way? Because Alex might not be here for a while.
You know what, man? You just keep talking.
You keep talking, man.
So
I mean, we might stop you, but we'll see.
that's true. And so from there, I remember the practices; they were going pretty well. And then I don't know what happened. I honestly cannot remember what happened to the girls we were talking to about the band. But then it was just you and me, and then we were just kind of just trying anything like covers, practicing in my room, getting any equipment we could.
Oof.
I remember when Nick and I first started as a band and we were practice. I had this super fucking shitty Fender amp that was so small. I had no pedals.
Oh.
I used that black and white Fender guitar that Nick has in his room.
Oh yeah.
I used that. The one with
labeled
the fucking the numbers
Yeah.
on the side.
Yep.
I used that guitar, and like every now and then I bring my Gibson with me. I rarely use that guitar anymore.
Motherfucker, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Les
Yeah.
Pauls are heavy, dude.
And like while I was doing that, Nick was on his E kit, also playing through that little golden shitty amp.
Oh, that's right.
And we had no
Oh my
mics. I would just scream.
Oh man.
And I remember the
that.
first song Nick and I ever like practiced was "Plug-in Baby" by Muse.
I loved that song.
I just learned how to play it on guitar and was obsessed with that song.
It was so good. I
love
kind of
that
miss
song.
playing that.
Anyway, continue, Nick. The girls.
I mean that's kind of like where the story's going. I mean, at that
Oh,
point,
my
that's
bad.
where we were. It was just you and I just practicing, playing in my room, and we're trying to figure out what we're doing. At that point, I was really inspired by Royal Blood because they just came out and like, hey, there's a 2-person other band out there. There's other 2 bands out there. There are 2 people bands out there. We can do this. Gotta do this.
Hmm.
And then what happened? Like we met Lucy, right?
Yeah. There was a point in time where I guess when it comes to me, I'll skip out on these since we're talking about it during Nick's story. So there was this girl who used to sing for us named Lucy. She no longer does, obviously.
Shout out to Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. She got like super busy though, so she had to stop participating in the band.
We understand. Sometimes life gets in the way, and
Yeah.
it sucks.
Fucking life, man.
Yeah, like thinking about like years ago when Nick and I first started the band, like we would practice almost every fucking day. But that's because we had time.
Yeah, now it's hard.
Now it's hard. At the time, I was fucking unemployed.
Oh, rip.
I didn't have a job.
I was playing Smite.
I remember that.
Oh, man. Don't we all
I won't
have a
lie, I do
point-
kind of miss doing those days.
Yeah.
Don't we all just have a point in time where we're just like fucking wasting our life away with our what do you call it, unemployment, and just like I was like sitting back playing video games like this is the life.
Bro, like
Dude, that's what I was doing too, kind of. Yeah.
during this time, I was unemployed. I would practice with Nick almost like fucking every day. Like we would hang out, and I went to like a shit ton of like punk shows. That was like all I did during this time. And I thought I was the shit. I was in fact not the shit. I was shit.
I was in fact get rid of the T and the all you have is he, and he was shit.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a rough time. I kind of wish that we can practice every day like we used to, but fucking we're all busy now.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
dude, imagine.
Bro.
Oh, imagine for real.
Imagine, yeah.
That's another thing for anyone who doesn't know. We're actually like a couple miles apart from each other.
A couple?
Yeah. It's like 20.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're a whole ass county away.
We're a whole ass county away from Nick.
For those of you who don't know, Alex and I are roommates.
Yeah.
While Nick lives with his fiance.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know how it
And
is.
a lot of other people, but that's a different story. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly not.
Probably not
We'll see
today.
how it goes.
Probably not
We'll see
today.
how
Probably
stories
in a
go.
future episode.
Yeah.
Because today
We'll see
it's
how
about the origin of the band. So
Yeah.
going back to that topic. We are almost 20 minutes in and we're still on Nick.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's kind of just. It feels like it's seeding into more just like you and me. Like, where do I cut off on my origin part?
You
I think
can
that-
Until we're like here today recording this.
honestly, man, you could talk about whatever you want, like in the early stages of the band, and I'll just cut off like those parts of my story as well. It's no problem.
There's gonna be a point where it's just like what Nick said. Like,
Yeah. That doesn't look good.
It's just
Yeah,
not look good. We're
Yep.
clipping a lot.
Yeah. Little snippets of it.
Yeah. So, you may continue.
I kind of forgot where we were. Practicing every day.
Yep.
Then we got Lucy.
Yep.
Then we tried. Oh, remember when we tried doing the gigs on those Thursdays?
Oh yeah, Sam Ash would have open mics,
Oh,
and
you
we would
guys did
go
open
like almost
mics.
every Thursday.
That makes sense.
Those were kind of fun, but at the same time, I don't miss those.
I don't miss those at all.
Oh, bro.
Is there anything
Oh my
else about the band that you wanted to talk about?
I mean, we got the origin kind of out from like my point of view.
Yeah.
I mean, except for wait, should we just go until we introduce Alex then?
Yeah, I
From my
think
point of
so.
view?
Because that's when
well,
our stories
okay.
merge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess so.
That's true. So okay, so we had Lucy.
Yeah.
And we were doing a lot of things. We were trying to get some stuff. And then was it Lucy dropped out and then Alex joined, or
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah, I was never in the band with Lucy at the same time.
yeah.
So then she got, like we said, she got busy. We understood. So we still tried. And then I believe Mike was like, I know a guy who can be able to help, what was it, produce things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
record.
then from there, we tried doing a few covers. Remember how that was?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that setup was unbelievable.
Oh yeah, our first yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's something I'll get into if we talk about my origin. But
Yeah.
y'all go
Like,
on.
like it was just insane. I remember just doing the Mike was in my closet singing one of the covers. I remember.
I remember before you joined, Alex. I'm pointing at Alex. No one can see, but I'm pointing at Alex.
I couldn't even see that.
Before Alex joined, I was the one who was like producing all this stuff, and I had no fucking idea what I was doing. I was using Audacity.
You had the audacity
To use Audacity?
And Audacity is the fucking shittiest.
Oh, it's the shittiest DAW for sure. I mean, if you just want to record like your voice off your laptop,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's perfect.
But like it's not for music recording. But I remember I had no idea what I was doing, so I had this shitty laptop, and I would record all of my vocals on my phone in Nick's closet, and then I would export it onto my laptop, put it in Audacity. It was such a hassle.
That sounds like a process, dog.
And then one day that laptop took a shit, but I'll get into that when
Bro,
it gets to me.
laptops and computers have been taking shits have been like a common theme in this podcast. I think we talked about it last
true.
time too. Yeah.
So Nick, before we move on to Alex, is there anything else you want to add? Since since pretty much at this point Alex is in the band.
Yeah, at this point he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to say?
I'm really happy with where we're going. Now that we've really had the chance to like think back, like where we were, like wow, we had a lot of ideas, and then they it was weird how it just changed. Everything just kind of changed, and now it's what we are now, and I like it. It's good.
Yeah. It's doing pretty. I like us too. We're doing pretty alright.
Yeah.
For the most part, we did like with all the shit we got going on, like just personally as people,
Yeah.
you know. I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit again. Alrighty.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna put ding. That's gonna be a ding right there. I'll put a little ding.
Moving on.
All right,
Alex.
We got to one person within 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was so much.
Bro,
talking
I
in
talked
there.
about water for like a minute. You're good.
Alex, what is your origin story? I'm stalling because you're drinking water.
Oh, thanks, man. So,
Sorry.
no, you're good. So, I guess I had started music a little bit into elementary school. So a little bit was my dad. He had a Casio keyboard, and I was like, hey, look at this thing. Bink, right? You know, just make like little noises on it, and then my dad was all like, dude, I'm a drummer. Like, you better learn that thing. And I was like, okay, man. And, you know, it really made him happy that I did all that stuff. I remember the first song I've learned was not on guitar. It was on the keyboard, and it was just the intro to Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue, you know. And I would play that shit, like, all day, every day of my life, because, like, I just love that song. That was like a great song for me. And then, you know, my dad was like a really large musical influence in my life. He's cool. He's cool. Jesus Christ, I'm burpy. Sorry, guys.
Nice.
No, I was not. That was like a 4. I always downplay my burps.
I still respect.
Thanks, man. So yeah.
You can't tell, but I'm all about the fist bump the phone. There you go.
Jesus.
That's funny. Yeah, so, you know, my dad was cool. He definitely inspired that that first kind of musical spark in me, and that was kind of cool. After that, he taught me how to read MIDI. So it was pretty cool. What he would do is he had Cakewalk on his back in the day.
Wow.
Back in the day, dude. He had Cakewalk I don't know. If there's a Cakewalk 2000s or some shit like that, or 2006, he had that shit, and then he taught me how to use it, and essentially download MIDI files, put it into the piano roll, and then see how they're played.
Yeah.
So I would just do that all day. It was just learn how to play songs on the piano. That's how I know I learned fucking Mortal Kombat for no reason.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, and this was way before a lot of people started doing that shit on YouTube, where they'll just put up MIDI files and then you can learn songs that way. Yeah. I just had to do it back in the day. He even showed me MIDI search engines where it's you look up a song, it gives you a MIDI for it, and I'm like, wow,
That's cool.
that's pretty cool. And I would do that shit all the time. And he had a guitar, and he gave it to my brother, and my brother was all like, yeah, we'll play guitar, and then he never played guitar ever. So it just stood in our room together. And I would look at it, and every now and again he'll take lessons for it, and he hated it. And then we realized that he fucking loved drums because my dad was a drummer, and they both have 4 limb independence. I don't. I just straight up don't. I'm really bad at yeah. I'm really bad at the kit. So I really liked guitar when I first picked it up, and I was doing the same thing that I was doing with the piano. My brother told me what the fuck ultimate guitar was, so I was just doing that for a little bit. In 6th grade, I was just like, hey guys, look what I can do. And everyone was like, I don't give a shit. Fucking, yeah, no one gave a shit. And then I was just like, I guess I'll do it for myself again. And that was okay for a little bit. Anyway, that's my that's my early years. I didn't get into guitar until maybe sophomore year of high school. I did a little bit of stuff in junior high. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what's
I think
going
that's
on there.
me moving.
Oh.
I'm sorry, my ADHD so bad.
No, you're okay. I did a little bit of stuff in middle school just because I had band, and then my band teacher was like, no guitar stuff, and I was like, but what about this? And he was like, no. And I was like, all right, but what about this? And he was like, fucking fine. And and then everyone they went semi crazy for it. It was a little cooler in middle school, a little bit cooler, just because I had a full band in middle school. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, right. It was me, my boy Pedro, shout out to Chinchilla, and my other boy Christian. He was alright. He was cool. He had he played bass.
No shout out.
Shout out to Christian.
He's not cool enough for a shout out.
Nah, he's cool enough for a shout out. He's cool. Fucking.
Shout out.
No, he was a badass on the bass, but he was metal as fuck. So it was hard to keep up with him. Anyway, we did a cover of "Be Prepared" from Lion King. Yeah, it was a rock cover of "Be Prepared" from the Lion King.
Wow.
And everyone went nuts. Anyway, I didn't get into guitar until sophomore year, and then I was all like, I'm an intellectual, maybe I'll start writing my own music. And it sucked. All of my songs sucked. Fast forward to a little bit into sophomore year. Fast forward, I haven't been fast forwarding already.
Yeah.
We met up with I met up with one of my good friends, Evan Correas. I don't know why I gave his full name, but shout out to Almost Poetic. When we were in sophomore year, him and I, we were just bouncing around ideas for a band, and we eventually just did it. Not gonna get into it, but I hated Michael all the time. And he was going to join the band, and I was pissed about it. Anyway,
I wasn't too thrilled about you being in it either.
we hated each other. Maybe that'll be enough. That's a hard maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking that could be its own episode.
Yeah, no, that's definitely gonna be its own episode.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm I don't know, guys.
Yeah, I feel that.
Ask us about it at a show, wink. Anyway, me, Michael, and Ivan, and Doofy. We're a band.
Not giving his real name.
Shout out to Doofy.
No, bro, this is the fourth. Can we get like a shout out counter?
Shout out, ding.
Oh my god, so many shout outs.
Yeah, I got a lot. I shouted out so many people already. Anyway, fucking. So that's all. That was like a crazy amount of people. Anyway, we were called upon corruption for a little bit.
Oh god.
And that was all right. It wasn't like super serious. We were still in high school. You know, we made one song, but that's when everyone else left, and it was just me and Ivan, and that was okay, you know. And then we're just like, yeah, okay. And then Ivan moved. Unfortunately, he moved to Georgia, and we couldn't keep up with that for the longest time. Just trying to like do high school and music. It was just like not fun. And you know, after that, music wasn't a big thing for me. I was kind of doing my own thing, I guess. It wasn't until after high school where I was all like, I'm sad all the time. What should I do? So like I made little songs about like ex-girlfriends, shit like that. Like, you know, the same singer-songwriter thing. I had an acoustic guitar, and I didn't know where to go from there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of just do my own thing. I have a headset that I use for like gaming and shit like that. Maybe I can just make little songs off of that. Use Audacity, of course. Yep. Just a straight thing. If you're making music and using Audacity, stop using Audacity. Start using Reaper. It's free and it's badass. We still use Reaper.
Yeah.
We're currently using Reaper right now.
To record this podcast.
Yep. And
There you go.
These yeah, you know it. And record these next songs. We still use Reaper. Reaper's awesome. I love Reaper.
Shout out to Reaper.
They don't sponsor us, but I'm trying to get them to. Anyway.
Right, that'd be nice.
Reaper,
shout out. We love you guys.
We love Reaper. So yeah, that was the thing. So after a while, I just started making like little headset things, like or little songs on my headset. Put it on SoundCloud. You know, I would do that for a little bit, and people were like, "These are cute little songs," you know. And then I'd just be like, "Nice, here, share it to Facebook. Listen to it if you want." And I was just kind of like bumming myself out about like the what do you call it? Just like quality of my songs. You know, I was like, oh, this headset doesn't sound too very well. I probably should get a microphone, right? And then I started looking into like microphones that are easy. I was like, beginner microphones, and everyone's gonna tell you Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti's a badass. And shout out to Dad. He came back and he was like, hey man, you want a Blue Yeti? And I was like, sure man. And he got me that Blue Yeti we used in the beginning stages of our stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty big wow. Yeah, which is pretty cool. And after that, I was like, okay, like now that my songs sound better in quality, how do I make them sound better with like afterwards? You know, like I didn't know what to do afterwards. So I went to Golden West College to get a digital media degree. Well, digital media certificate. And after that, I fell in love with absolutely everything that has to do with like songwriting and song like producing. I went to my counselor and I was like, hey, I want to be a producer. And she's like, this program is badass. And I was like, nuh-uh. And I went in and that program is badass.
You told your counselor nuh-uh, but she was like, it's badass. And you went to the program and the program was like, yeah-huh.
Yeah-huh, dude. Bro. Absolutely. And I had two instructors at that program that like just like crazy overqualified to be teachers. One of them was the guitarist and keyboardist of Dancing with the Stars, and the other one is now I think he's like the dean or part of the board of directors of 1800 Sound Academy, which is like the sound academy that's run by like Jay-Z's crew. Like something.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy shit, dude. They were overqualified to be teachers, and they just did it because they want to teach. And that's it.
Damn.
I know.
That's unbelievable.
It was fucking cool. And I learned from two good people. I also learned from another Mr. Decker. Mr. Decker's cool. He played bass for the Dan band, which is fucking funny. For any like the Dan band, remember fucking Old School?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember Old School.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is it? Do Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Yeah.
I fucking need you more than ever. That's just fucking funny. Anyway, I had those guys, and after a while, like, I think it was one beautiful day where I was just like, they're like, hey, why don't we just make a little jam band and record it, and then we'll mix it and see how it comes out. And it's like, whoa, that's such a good idea. And I was in it. I put some guitar tracks down. I was doing zombie chords because they're just looking for someone. Someone said, like, I called lead, and I was all like, oh no, but I was like, thank God. I just, like, I was not ready to do anything very, very awesome. So it was like, cool, I put on some zombie chords, and I was like, look, we made a song in class. Lo and behold, who sees that Snapchat story but our very own Michael Zamora.
That's me.
That's him, dude. And I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that, I was watching Suicide Squad with my girlfriend at the time, and I believe Jesse's cool. I'm just saying names without any context to who they are, but shout out to Jesse.
That's what, 4?
That's about 5, I think.
5. I
Fifth
swear,
shout-out.
if you don't do like a shout out counter, I'll fucking edit it in.
Edit it in. By all means.
I triple dog dare you. You got to do it now.
Oh fuck! I've been triple dog dared. I'm gonna.
What you gonna do now?
There's gonna be a sound effect for triple dog dare right there. Triple dog dare. Yeah, and then Michael comes and texts me, like, Twitter DMs me. He's like, hey man, a while back I saw that you had put some stuff on your story about like being in the studio and like laying down some tracks. Like my band can really use that right now. Like, can you come in and help us out with recording? And I was like, yeah. I guess I'll do it. I wasn't salty or anything. We didn't hate each other at this point. Like, we actually had a really bonding moments in fucking senior year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually kind of stoked for it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was downplaying it, but I was very stoked. I was like, yeah, and it was like, oh my god, I can make this into a career. And it was like,
it's true. We paid you for the first few sessions.
you paid me for the first few sessions, and I hope I've paid back.
Bro, you've well more than paid back by now.
Oh yeah.
We paid you like, I think it was like $40.
It was $30.
$30 per session, and I think we paid you for the first like 3.
First two.
So that's only $60. I'm not missing that $60. So
It's true. At this point, I think we made it back.
yeah. I'm pretty sure we made it back by now.
That's fun, man. And it was like it was really cool because I came in and this is when I met Nick for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I already know
Yeah.
Michael, but I didn't know Nick. I was gonna say Eskimo brothers. Me
Bro,
and Nick
y'all are Eskimo brothers.
We're not Eskimo brothers. That comes with a large context, but no, like, we're not Eskimo brothers. We just happen to date the same girl. I didn't get anywhere with it. Okay, anyway.
We're gonna go that far.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my god, this is
is
40
fun.
minutes already. Yeah, so, I know about Nick, but I haven't met Nick yet. And that was the first time I met him. Fucking, he's such a nice guy when you first meet Nick. Like,
After
Nick,
that, he's an asshole.
yeah, but like,
Well,
I've known Nick for like 7 years. What an asshole.
asshole, right?
I'm sorry.
Bro, like, when you first meet Nick, he's so nice. Like, the famous Nick hello is like embedded in my brain.
Hello.
Hello.
There it is.
Oh man.
Hello.
Oh man.
Hello.
Yeah, and he's just like, he's such a nice guy. He picked me up from a Chinese food place. I remember that.
I was with him, wasn't I?
Huh?
Weren't I with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like both of them picked us up and or picked me up, us. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I kind of brought like my laptop, and my microphone, and stuff like that. And I was all like, "Yeah, man, let's lay down some tracks. Let's do it." First track we did never released because it sucked.
Yeah. I still have
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I still
I
have it,
remember that.
Yeah.
dude. I still have the project.
You still have the stems?
Yeah.
Gross.
you know, and after a while,
Second one never released.
the second one never released. After that, we were just like, okay, well, we need to like put down this EP, and I was like, yeah, you guys are pretty fun. And Michael was like, bro, do you want to jam? We got like a guitar, we got a bass, we got a drum set right here, and I'm like, let's fucking jam. Yeah, I'm down. And then we jammed for a little bit. I believe the first jam session we had, we played
play that funky music.
And
play that for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
bro, yeah, we played that shit for like a good like 8 or 10 minutes of just like trying to solo on top of it.
Fun, man.
Dude, that shit was so fucking fun. And I think
I kind of miss doing that.
Oh yeah, I actually still play that funky music, and it's the only thing that reminds me of is that jam session. And it was really cool because like I remember you and Nick were like talking to each other, and I was talking to my girlfriend at the time, but like it was obvious that you guys were talking about me. And
Oh yeah.
like,
I'll talk about that when it gets to me.
I just wanted to like let you know that it was like it was like you two, like you pushed Nick to the side, and you were like, oh man, hey, and then Oliver's like, psst, 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 psst. Like, you know, like you guys were just like talking to each other, and I was like, I think I know what they're gonna say. I'm gonna say yes, but and then they're all
And
like,
then we
hey.
proceeded to kick him out.
I had to reapply.
Get out.
I had to reapply for my position as band member. Yeah.
You had to go through 3 times.
like Judaism. Shout out to Elizabeth. Okay.
Yeah.
Added to the
Oh,
list.
sorry. That
No.
looks terrible.
Oh god.
These wavelengths look so bad.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna hate that one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So
I'm editing this one.
I guess so.
Okay, I have tomorrow off. I'll do it.
Hey, homie. All
I
right.
can't wait to hear what's gonna make it.
Oh man. All right. So like, yeah. So you guys eventually just like asked me, hey man, do you want to join the band? And I was like, absolutely, positively. And I was like, after that, it's bringing us back to now where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here I am.
We made it back.
It's me, Alex Reyes, guitarist, producer, and official flyer maker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything else that you
Yeah.
want to say about the band before we move on?
Gold team rules.
Cool. Hi, I'm Michael Zamora.
Oh my god.
I love
So
it.
is there anything about the current status of the band?
Hey, what's up?
Is there anything about the current status of the band that you want to
for
say?
me?
Yeah. Since Nick said something about it, so.
Oh,
Excuse me. That was terrible.
I'm really happy. I'm really
That was
happy
nice.
that what we sounded like those first few sessions and what we sound like now is like so different, and it's crazy that like I mean, like I always think about production side, like we definitely sound better as a band in the production side, like just sound way better, you know?
Yeah.
Like our songs sound way better, but like I'm looking at like old film of us and shit like that, we suck. And you know, just seeing like shit like us playing at the Rebel Yell bar.
Wow.
Yeah, name drop that, whatever. Okay. They'll try to find it. After that, like, fuck, what was I saying? Oh, now that we have like footage of like us playing and then like people recognizing songs and stuff like that,
It's cool.
it's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is Thomas like getting really happy about us playing Dancing with Intent. Yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Ding.
Oh, that means it's my turn. I have to find 2 different ding effects.
I want them to be different now. Now that you said the word different.
Yeah, I have
they
to
can't
now.
be the same bell.
All right. I guess it's my turn. We are nearing the 50-minute mark.
Oh
Almost.
my god.
Anyway.
Wow. Oh god.
Anyway, that's all the time for us.
That's all the time today. Likes, comment, and subscribe.
Lice. Oh my gosh.
It's okay. It's not gonna be 50. There's some editing that's gonna go out.
No, there's gonna be at least
Yeah.
1 minute of
The-
less water talk.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna cut it out, and that standalone sentence is gonna be so weird because no one's gonna know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
You know what sucks? I'm gonna have to listen to all this again later.
For at least 47 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I signed up for this, so.
It's true. It's what happens when you podcast.
All right.
They just told you to do it.
Yeah, I didn't really volunteer to edit this. Alex just like, hey, edit it.
I'll probably do it.
All right. So I guess it is my turn. Hello.
Yes, tell us your origin.
Mikey Z.
I would love to know.
Mikey Z.
Where did Michael start?
So, music has always been a big thing in my family. I grew up without my father around, and my mom's side of the family, like my mom loves music. She played a lot of like Guns N' Roses, The Doors around me as a kid, so I grew up listening to that. And then once I finally started seeing my dad again regularly, he showed me more music because he was an actual musician. Like a lot of people on my dad's side of the family are musicians, and I joined that. Like my dad plays cello, bass, drums.
Yeah, I still want to see footage of that cello playing.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm pretty sure I might find some.
Yeah, ask him for some.
Yeah. And his brother, my uncle, played guitar. And from I think I was around 8 when I learned guitar and drums. I remember the first song I ever learned on guitar was "Smells Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana. And for like the first like year of me playing guitar, I played nothing but Nirvana songs. Like that was all I played. Nirvana was like my favorite band.
Yeah, man, come as you are.
So for like a while, I just played guitar, and then I started playing drums more. And drums was like the first instrument I like learned, I guess, because I was also in band. And for like the first year of band, I played trumpet. And then after that, I started playing drums. And I don't know, I just really like Nick. Drums was really it for me. I really liked beating the shit out of something. So it just felt nice playing drums. I played a lot of like Nirvana stuff, Foo Fighters. I went through like a weird Offspring phase. And for like a while it was just like rock music was all I like listened to and played. And for some reason my dad really liked Ice Cube and NWA.
As is tradition.
As is tradition. So like my dad would play that every now and then I got into rap music.
The Rapulars.
And I don't know, I don't know why I liked it so much.
Hip hop's fucking cool.
Yeah, hip hop's really cool. So I did that for a while, and like Alex, I did band in middle school, and we did Basket Case by Green Day. And I remember begging the band teacher to let me play guitar because
he told you no, right?
Yeah, he
Fucking
told me
band
no.
teachers, dicks.
So like
Damn.
I knew how to play the song already. So like I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, I already know how to play the song. Can I play guitar on it?" And he was like, "Can you name the chords?" I couldn't. I didn't know what the chords were, so I was like, "No, but I already know how to play it." And he's like, "Well, then you can't play it." So I was like, "Well, can I show you?" Like I showed him that I knew how to play it, and he like caved in. I was like, "Fine."
Damn. Fucking at least.
Yeah. I remember around this after middle school, around high school, my dad and I, like, whenever we would spend time together, because I would only see him like weekends, him and I would build drum sets together. Like we'd go to like pawn shops, junkyards, and look for drum pieces and build our own drum set. And I fucking loved doing that, but what sucked about it is that the next week my dad would sell it.
Oh.
Like 1 week I'd have this awesome drum set, I would love it, fall in love with it, play it all so every time I was there, and the next week it'd be gone.
Oh, that hurts, man.
Yeah. But then my dad and I would just do the process all over again of building another one. And we did that for a while, and I got like kind of sick of it to the point where I was like, "Hey, can I keep one of these?" And he was like, "Yeah, I didn't think of that."
Oh yeah, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm probably making my dad out to sound like a bad guy. He's not. I probably wouldn't be a musician if it weren't for him.
Shout out to Dad.
Shout out to Dad. Anyway.
That was like the most monotone shout out from all of us. The whole like podcast. Shout out to Dad.
When I do that one, it's gonna be like a ding, like a ding.
Slide whistles.
So I played guitar, bass, trumpet by this point already, and like at the time I found my favorite band, who is still my favorite band to this day, which is Panic at the Disco. They were just amazing. Like every song by them I loved. This was around I think 7th grade, so I think Pretty Odd had just came out, and I loved that album so much. And time went on. I kind of stopped music for a while. High school came around. I joined choir.
Hey.
And choir was the best thing ever because I was in a show choir, a competing show choir, and that was really fun. We would go to other schools and sing and dance to them.
I don't know why. I was under the impression that you didn't like it so much.
Bro, I loved it.
Oh,
Like, that was the highlight of my high school career.
I bet.
Well,
now I
me
bet.
too. That was really fun.
Oh, yeah, Nick and I were in the same choir. Not at the same time,
Yeah, that was
but... I've had a few bands by this point. None of them stuck because I was always terrible in school. I'm not dumb. I just never did homework or anything like that. And as punishment, my mom would kick me out of my bands, which is what happened to Upon Corruption.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
I thought you hated me.
I did,
Just
but
never came back.
I wasn't upset about getting kicked out of that one, but
Mans beat me at Sluggers and never came back. Asshole. Really.
So at this point, Alex and I are in a band together, our first band together. We hated each other, and every band practice would just be like a competition of like, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yep.
And
He
not
won.
to suck my own dick, but I won
Every time. Every time. I'd be like, hey, like, you guys know Metallica, right? And then I'll play like a little bit of like fucking Master of Puppets, and he'll just be like tapping and shit, like tapping away, just. I'll be like, yeah, but I think I wrote a song.
Oh yeah, I'll get into that later. So Alex and I had this band, and I would just try to show him up every time we would practice. And after every like practice, we would play like Super Mario Sluggers, and I was a beast at that game because I loved that game so much.
And I was just cocky at video games, so I was like, there's no way he can fucking beat me at this game.
I won.
He won. We banned Toadsworth. Fuck Toadsworth.
If you know, you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Anyway, so around sophomore year is when I meet Nick.
Hello.
And I remember he like came up to me one day. He's like, "Hey, you play guitar, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I play guitar." And he was like, "Would you say you're pro?" And I was like, "Fuck no." And he was like, "Oh, well, that's all right. Did you want to start a band?" He was like, "I play drums." And I was like, "You know what, man? My mom always kicks me out of my bands because I do such shitty job in school. So ask me when I'm a senior." And fast forward senior year, I get like a Facebook message from Nick, like a week before my graduation, asking if we could still start that band.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Nick asks me to start this band with him, and I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, let's start this band. And like Nick said, he already explained what Nick said.
When Nick said, I knew it.
Just like that.
There was a point in time where the band was like 5 people. And I remember...
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think we were gonna mention that.
I'm mentioning it because I hated it.
Yeah.
I remember I was really upset because I was always like singer, guitarist. I don't even play guitar anymore in the current status of the band.
You're still front man though.
That's true. But like I got like when there was like 5 people in the band, I was just a guitarist and I felt like so upset that I was just a guitarist.
Now it's me.
But now Alex is here.
Now I'm just guitarist. Just kidding. I do more than just play guitar, guys.
Yeah.
Who else is gonna make those flyers? Come on. Come on. I don't see Nick making flyers.
Come on, man.
Hey, I could be trying.
I could be.
Could be.
So
I have ideas. I don't know how to get it out though.
I don't know how to flyer, dude.
I don't know.
Flyer, I hardly know her. Anyway, Michael, go on.
Anyway. So, it gets to the point where Nick and I have been a band for a while, and we want to start putting stuff out. So, like I said earlier, I was the one who was producing all this shit. My laptop took a shit, and I was so upset because I already had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what to do.
You know, thinking about it, you and laptops really aren't a good combo.
Yeah, it sucks.
But that's spoilers for what's in the future.
And at this time, I started taking like a real big liking to bass, because I would be recording guitar and bass parts because this was before Alex joined.
Hello.
So I was doing both guitar and bass, and for a while, like my uncle always told me, he was like, "Oh, bass just follows guitar," and like my young impressionable 8-year-old mind was like, "Oh yeah, it does."
Yeah.
So when I was like 18 and finding out what the bass part is and realizing that it did more than just follow the guitar, I was like, whoa, this is like a whole new thing. Also at this time, I taught myself how to play piano because I didn't have money for a teacher. So I taught myself. My mom bought me this keyboard. It's a keyboard we use to this day at shows. I remember she gave it to me for Christmas and was like, you can only keep this piano if you learn how to play Imagine by John Lennon. So
she couldn't have picked an easier song.
Yeah. So I tried like my best to learn it, and like a month later I was like, hey mom, look at this, and I showed her I can play it, and she was like, why'd you show me that?
Fucking.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom, dude. I'm gonna go tell her I love her after this.
So like at this time I was mainly taking over bass and keyboards, and like at this time Alex was already in producing for us, and I remember I kind of like slyly asked you to join the band before I talked to Nick. Because when we were recording, you were like, "There's only 2 of you guys. What are you guys gonna do for shows?" And you were just like, and you were like, "Did you want like the backing tracks or something like that?" And I was like, "Why don't you play them?" And like you just didn't answer.
Yeah.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There's a thing among our band that they know I don't like to play shows very often. Well, it's not like that's the reason we don't play shows very often. In the beginning, I was very hesitant because I'm not a performer. I'm not a very good performer. My stage presence is I don't have a good. I was trying to do an analogy, but I don't have a good analogy. I really don't have any stage presence, and I'm a little timid. I'm a little shy. I can run the crowd. I can do crowd control, but like that's it. And there's a part of me it's like, oh man, I'm not good enough to be a performer. So like I just didn't answer like straight up like you're like fucking.
Yeah, no worries. Like there was no pressure to answer at all. But like I remember we had the whole jam session to play that funky music, and obviously, like I pulled Nick to the side, and I remember I pulled Nick to the side, and I was like, "Hey, man, what'd you think?" And he was like, "About what?" I was like, "About Alex." And he was like, "He's cool. I like him a lot." I was like, "What do you think about him joining the band?" And keep in mind, this is like the first day Nick and Alex met.
Yeah, I think it was like first or second.
Yeah.
I think it was the second time. Yeah.
So I was like, "What do you think about him joining the band?" And Nick was like, "Hell yeah, let's give it a shot."
We indeed gave it a shot.
We indeed gave it a shot.
That was 3 years ago.
That was 3 years ago. Oh my god.
Wow.
Alex joined the band in 2017. The Medicated and Scared has been around since 2015. That's the year I graduated.
Oh shit.
That's the year we
Ouch.
graduated. You and I, Alex.
Yeah. We were same class.
Um,
Alma mater.
and a lot of people always ask about the band name, where it came from, and all that. From my mind.
From my mind.
I'm kidding. It was my freshman year of high school, and I had this friend named Michael, and him and I were hanging out one day, listening to music, and there's a song called "Walk Away from the Sun" by this band named Seether. And in the song, there's a lyric where he says, "Tiny dancer, beware, we're medicated and scared." And my friend Michael was like, "Hey, that sounds like it would be a really cool band name." And I was like, "Yeah." And like him and I wanted to start a band, so like that was gonna be the name, but that band never happened. So like years later, when Nick asked me to start this band, and we were like, "What should we call ourselves?" Like first and only name that we went through was Medicated and Scared.
Wow.
It wasn't first and only. I had one.
First and only.
What was yours?
I don't remember what you said.
Language of the Discipline.
Oh yeah.
Language of the Discipline.
Trademark. I want to use that for the future. No one.
No one who's listening,
You heard
take
it here
that.
Yo,
You heard it here, folks.
I swear to God, we make jokes because Michael's working on his solo stuff now with a Lonely Ghost.
Oh yeah.
I have my own solo stuff with the Pink Wednesdays.
Nick has a whole other band.
Nick has a whole other band.
Hi.
Me and Michael were making jokes the other day about how you're gonna come out with your own solo stuff and it's just gonna blow everything else out of the water.
Yeah. Bro, I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yep, the language of the discipline's gonna come out, dog.
That's it.
That's it.
Um,
It'll be over for Pink Wednesdays.
Fuck a Lonely Ghost.
No, because I'll need you guys. It's not gonna be over for the Pink Wednesdays and a Lonely Ghost. I'll need you guys.
And then we'll just be medicated again.
Yeah.
I need openers.
God damn.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Nick's penis size is huge. Like, he just slapped me in the face from wherever he is.
I love you guys. That's problem. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh
Anyway,
my gosh.
so that pretty much brings us to now.
Wow. It's like a whole origin story told within an hour and blank minutes.
I'm very happy with the current status of the band with Yumi, Nick. For those of you who don't know or have never been to our show, we have a keyboardist named Nicole.
Oh, Nicole Hua. We didn't shout out Nicole Hua.
Shout out Nicole Hua.
Shout out Nicole Hua.
I'll give that one.
Yeah.
Wait, I would like to go back a quick second. I didn't get the chance to shout out my other band, Total Eclipse.
Hey.
Just heads up. How you guys doing?
So I'm very happy with how the band is now. I'm very happy with the music we write, all three of us all together.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think this is probably the best the band will be.
Oh, thank you, man. That's really nice of you. I definitely think there's room for like the people we shouted out. We didn't give a shout out to our boy Johnny. Johnny's super fucking good.
Johnny, my cousin Johnny, shout out.
Yeah, you know, we gave a shout out to Ivan a while ago. He's a badass too. I definitely think that this has like the most synergy that I mean the whole band's gone through within the 5 years.
Yeah.
Like we're at least capable of like great relationships with each other, and that's been making the music sound a little better.
Yeah. Like you and Nick have been like my best friends for like years now.
Oh yeah, dude. And me and Nick clicked like as soon as we fucking like met each other and shit.
It's true. I love you guys. I would die for you guys.
Love
Oh,
you too,
thanks,
man.
man. I die for you too.
I would do anything for you guys.
I'd pay your guys' bail eventually when it happens. I got you.
So, now that we're here, is there anything else y'all want to say? It could be about past music related experiences or how the band is now.
I mean, if anything, I guess the one thing I will say that I do miss doing, that I felt got me to be where I am as a drummer, and this is gonna make me sound insane, but Mike, you remember these well, at least when I told you I did these practices in like the hot summer day, and I would just and just play for hours and hours and hours in the hot, like, freaking garage. I kind of miss doing that.
I kind of miss going through that pain.
I kind of miss, well, okay, maybe not the pain.
Yeah, no, well,
maybe
it
not
shows
every
discipline.
bit of the pain, but I miss like the practice, like of like just working and trying to get better. But man, fucking life.
Yeah, man. You said something right now that's gonna inspire a new episode, but you said I miss the practice.
Oh
and,
god.
Oh my god.
I think in a future episode we'll talk about the practice.
That was one of the worst days of my life. It was on my birthday.
Oh god.
Oh
we'll
my
leave it
god.
at that. Little
Right,
cliffhanger.
episode right there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have
the next episode.
It could be.
It could be any episode from now. Who knows?
That's true.
All right. Until then, this has been the Medicated and Scared.
All right.
I'm Nick.
I'm Alex.
I'm Pedro.
Hello, Pedro.
Vote for Pedro. 2020.
Vote for Pedro.
2020.
Thank you guys for listening. If you guys made it all the way out to here, it's been at least an hour. Shout out.
I have a lot to go through.
That's gonna go the last shout out. Shout out to you, buddy.
I'm gonna edit flashing lights. You,
the listener.
the listener. It's like a Smash commentator. The listener
wins.
You, the listener.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. We hope y'all have a good day. Don't forget how awesome you are.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.